Hello guys and welcome back to CareerQ, a place to curate your studies and your career. So now most of you know that I was working in Capgemini for the past few years and I resigned from Capgemini some months back. So in this video, I'm going to discuss why I resigned from Capgemini. What was the reason behind me taking this step? So before we take a deep dive in today's video, I would request you all to subscribe to our channel if not done already, so that you never miss another video from us. Also, do watch this video to the end because you will come to know a lot of insights about Capgemini which might be useful to you as well. And if you like it, do put a thumbs up, and if you have any queries, concerns, discussions or suggestions, feel free to comment in the comment box below. Apart from this, I have made many other videos on Capgemini in the All of Capgemini series. You can check all the videos out. I've put the link in the description box of today's video. So without further ado, let's get started. So I had joined Capgemini when I was a fresher. I was recruited to the campus placements that Capgemini had within my college, and I had joined Capgemini in the year 2019. I have recently resigned from Capgemini in December 2021. So why did I resign is one question that many of my friends ask me. So now while I was working in Capgemini, although the work and the environment, everything was very good and the salary was also okay, I was not very complaining about it. However, there was this one thing that always came to my mind whenever an appraisal cycle came, and that was the hike that Capgemini gave was not enough. So yeah, if you are working within Capgemini, there is a lot of workload, and if you are in client projects, the clients are pretty demanding. And Capgemini has this principle of keeping their clients first. So whatever the clients demand and whenever the clients demand, it's always said that if it is feasible, we need to complete it by the deadline that the client has given us. So yeah, the job, if you are at a back-end project, then it's okay. If you're in a support project also, then it is okay. But if you are on the front end and you are on daily interaction with your client, which was the case for me, then the projects can be very demanding and can be very time consuming. So the work-life balance was very minimal. Since I was a fresher and a bachelor and I was getting the experience of interacting with clients and working day in day out, knowing more things, so it was okay. It was a learning experience and I was okay with the process. However, the hikes that were given was not something that I was able to come into terms with because my work hours were very extensive and the salary hike that I was receiving was a bit meager when compared to the work hours. Also, so Capgemini do have this policy of giving overtime. However, there is a loophole in that policy as well. So whenever you ask for an overtime and you fill in more hours, so you have to fill 9 hours each day in your timesheet. So if you fill in more hours in the timesheet, that needs to go through a lot of approvals, and it also needs the approval of the customer. So when it comes to the customer now, they don't generally give you this approval unless and until they are very good and they are very happy or something like that. The customers do not give this approval because they will be charged extra money from Capgemini and they are not willing to do so. So they demand high work, but they do not give an overtime, or they do not give the approval for giving us the overtime pay. So although Capgemini has this overtime, pay for overtime work, but it goes through so many approvals that somewhere or the other the approvals get stuck and people do not get their overtime. So it's majorly a work for free or a work for charity. So all that you can rely on is the hikes that you get, and the hikes comparatively the work amount that I was putting in, it was very less. So when I got a better opportunity in the market from a different organization, it didn't take me time to decide that okay, now it's time to move on. Not only was it a better opportunity with respect to the financial conditions, but also with respect to the work that I was doing. It was in alignment with the work that I was previously doing. However, it was one step above. So So this was the major reason behind me leaving Capgemini. Now you know what the overtime pay policy of Capgemini looks like and what the hike looks like within Capgemini. And of course, whenever one gets a better opportunity, be it with respect to the job, be it with respect to the culture, or be it with respect to the financial conditions, people tend to leave their jobs, and that is what I did. I took the decision that okay, now it's time to move ahead, move on. Although I will never say that I have not learned anything from Capgemini, or I'll never have bad words for Capgemini, because there were a lot of things that I have learned from it. It took the pressure out of me and it brought me into this professional space. Also, one more thing that led me to take this decision was I wanted to move ahead with the technology on which I was working. And so although Capgemini has this IJP policy of going on to multiple projects, however, if you get better on something, then it becomes very difficult to leave from that. You know, the managers don't release you very easily. So this is there. Since I worked very hard, I got to know some of the tools very well. What happened was my manager was so dependent on me that she didn't want me to leave and go to some other project, because then who will take care of the team's projects? So that is why I was stuck in that one team, and I had to be in that one project, and I had to do the same tasks over and over again. So my personal growth, or my growth with my technology, it was a bit redundant after 2 years, and thus I decided that okay, now it's time to move. I would say that these were the 3 major reasons that was behind me taking this step of leaving Capgemini. The very first reason was their work-life balance is a mess if it comes to the client projects, which was the project in my case, and there was no overtime compensation, so it was a loss for me in that respect. Second, the hikes were not as expected. So within 2 years, I will also share what my hike was and what my rating was and everything in a separate video. I will create a separate video on that. But the hikes were not as per expected, although there were recognitions, but the hikes were not as per expected. And the third very important reason was that I was not getting released from one project because there was so much of dependency on me. So these 3 were the major reasons why I felt that okay, now it's time to leave this organization so that I get to grow on my skill sets and my financial conditions. So that's all for today's video, guys. If you like today's video, do put a thumbs up. Also in the comment section, come and tell me why you have resigned from your organization. Apart from this, if you have any doubts, queries, concerns, you can ask me. I have a lot of connections, a lot of friends, and if I'm not able to answer you there and then I will definitely come back to you once I get some more knowledge. Stay tuned with CareerQ for more such videos. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.